Return of the Mac, M.A.C, Moss, Andrew, Carl. Carl is not in the building, but
again,
Moss and Andrew are here. Halloween day. Happy Halloween, I suppose.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
We had to let Carl be a dad.
Yeah.
He got the young kids. Yeah. We had to excuse his absence.
Got the little ones. Even though it probably ain't nobody trick-or-treating tonight. It's pouring raining outside.
It is so nasty, yeah. I didn't even think about it, honestly.
All day it's been pouring rain.
When was the last time you did Halloween?
I did Halloween.
Like with your daughter?
Well, actually, when she was younger, my mom used to take her to the, like, trick-or-trunk thing at Liberty.
Yep.
She used to take her up there and stuff. So a lot of times we wouldn't even go to no neighborhoods. I think I maybe did, like, once or twice when she was real young, but then after that, you know, shit started to get weird, I guess, out there, I guess. So they started doing the trick-or-trunk thing. So I'm like, all right, it's cool. So it's been a little while. Like, she totally off in there. She even, like, saying anything about it or nothing. Yeah. Even, like, no thing at all. I'm like, all right, cool, all right.
Nah, I don't remember, like, what age it was I quit doing that, but
yeah,
once you quit doing the trick-or-treating stuff, it doesn't matter at all until you're, like, in college.
Right. I mean, well, the kids is different now, because when we was, like, teenagers, Halloween was when we went to go do pranks. It was prank night. We was running pranks, running a ruckus around the neighborhood. We used to do wild shit, you know. Ding dong ditch. We would call it nigga knocking. That was the term that we used it for.
That's what we called it.
One of the back ones we called it back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
We did not just
TP a couple trees or something. Somebody's porch. Just do wild
OG
shit.
Classics.
Throw some eggs. We used to be real malicious though. Like we would find out like where a teacher's crib was that we ain't like.
I remember hearing about this. Like, I remember hearing about this.
That was a real thing. Like it used to happen every year. Somebody would find a teacher's crib that nobody fuck with. We're gonna egg their house, TP their trees, and all that shit.
The grade below us was worse.
Yeah,
they were the worst, son. Yeah. They were like
shit was bad.
Hitmen picking off teacher houses.
Shit was bad. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
it's kind of terrible to do that shit, but. I think one time somebody almost got caught. I don't think I was there for that one. One of my homeboys was. They like came out the house and like caught him like red-handed type shit.
Oh man!
You know, everybody just split and ran their separate ways. It was full of them shits. I was like, damn. But you know, hey, kids gonna be kids.
Badass kids.
Kids gonna be kids. Got nothing else better to do. Shit, we too old to trick or treat. We gonna fuck some houses up.
Let's
go fuck with some people.
That's funny though.
Some good old days right there.
Yep. The good old days. Yeah, Halloween, not for me. Never been a Halloween person. I've always said that it's the
like
biggest.
Never dressed up. You had to dress up as a kid.
Yeah, I dressed up as a kid, of course, and like I dressed up in college, probably.
Right.
I don't remember even what I would have been, but I know like people were doing shit, so I'm sure I went to Halloween parties.
Went to a few parties.
I've always said that the greatest benefit of being single is not having to participate in Halloween.
Right.
I think that's the single greatest benefit.
Understood.
I had a female friend of mine ask me if I wanted. She was having a Halloween party at her house.
Word.
And I was like, it's very nice of you to ask. I appreciate it.
I appreciate the invite.
I said, but I can't stand Halloween and I don't have to go to Halloween parties. Right. So I'm going to pass.
Right. Get all up out of this.
Yep, that's my thoughts on Halloween. But what's up with anything else this week? Anything going on?
What is going on this week? Nothing really, man. Just try to get a couple things, a couple family things together and all that. But, you know, regular week.
Same old,
just
same.
Work.
I hear you.
Just work.
Pretty much same for me, too. I went out. We went out for dinner Friday night with some of the fellas. It was good to catch up with some of the guys. Somebody got a new job. Other than that, though, I took today off for no reason. Just kicking it.
Yeah.
Just chilling. It's terrible, nasty day out. So it was a beautiful day to relax.
With that, enjoy that win. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all win?
We did not.
I didn't win.
We did not win.
I'm thinking about last week. I'm thinking about last week.
We may as well get right into it. We're going to get started with the NFL this week.
Yeah, let's get to it.
And I'm telling you, we had the most exciting game of the week. The Panthers Cardinals.
Was it the most exciting? I didn't watch none of that.
I think it was. So this is the one we get the Hail Mary touchdown at the end of the game. Okay, all right. So I'll set it up a touch.
I did see that.
We played
34. Yeah, it was a tight one. A lot of scoring.
We played a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
But right before the half, there's like 40 seconds left. We're trying to get into field goal range. and Walker throws an interception on a screen pass. It was like a nasty play. The lineman jumped up, grabbed it, but it was a pretty inexcusable interception that they take to the house.
Oh, it was a 6.
Yeah, so it goes, I think, 14-10 or 14-7 or something into the half.
Oh, damn.
I think it was 14-10. So that was a killer to end the half.
Yeah.
Second half, we fight back, did as best as we could. End of the game, we get a shot. He throws a 65-yard touchdown to DJ Moore with 15 seconds left.
I did see that highlight. That was nuts.
No reason for the defense to ever let this man get behind him. He bombs. Beautiful pass. Beautiful catch. Point.
That shit was a perfect pass right in the pocket.
DJ Moore letting out his frustrations of the first 7 weeks of the season, takes his helmet off and is screaming, celebrating.
For that.
15-yard penalty.
Got a nice flag for that. Can't take your helmet off.
So it's 34-34. We're kicking the game-winning extra point from 48 yards out is now the extra point, and he misses. With the 15-yard penalty, it goes out to 48 yards.
Damn, it's far as hell.
Yeah.
That's not even like a regular kick no more.
So he misses the extra point.
Yeah.
We go to overtime. They get the ball first, throw a deep ball, like in the first or second play of overtime. We pick it off and return it all the way to the 25.
Okay.
Run a quick 3 plays, just knowing you're just trying to line up the field goal, and he misses a 31-yard field goal to win the game.
Oh, so the kicker really blew it for y'all.
Twice.
That's tough.
And then the Cardinals? Why I think Cardinals?
It's not the Cardinals. Shit.
The Falcons.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Division game.
Falcons get the ball back and score to win the game. One of the worst losses I've ever dealt with. Panthers get beat all the time. I'm used to losing,
That's
but
tough.
To make the Hail Mary work, miss the extra point, get the pick, and then lose a second, that was disgusting.
So many chances to close that game.
That would have made us first in the division.
Fuck, that boy Foreman a real deal though, ain't he?
3 touchdowns, son. I think he's a real monster. Because do you remember what he did last year when Henry went out?
Henry was out. He was balling. Got a little change off of him when he was balling too.
Dude, when he plays, it seems like he's one of the best backs in the NFL.
He's nasty.
He had 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards again. He had 119 last week. I think he's going to be the truth. I think he'll be the guy that will. He's going to be a heavy load of carries the rest of the year.
Y'all was letting C-Mac go. Y'all knew what y'all had in the tuck.
Something like that. I think this does again demonstrate the. It just continues to be a knock against running backs when you can lose a guy and replace him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I don't want to say replace McCaffrey, but
I don't think like it gets spoken about how many duds there be though. There's a lot of running backs that really don't be panning out sometimes.
Do you think?
Or they get moved around a lot type shit. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So when you find one like a Foreman that can put up these numbers like that, it's like, oh, you might want to hold on that at least for a little while.
Yeah. I think a lot of those guys probably have bad teams that they're running behind.
True, that too.
Because I'm just thinking, like, you look at what Pollard is doing with Zeke, and now that Zeke is out this past week, he went crazy.
Yeah.
Even your boys, like, Harris is a monster. All of a sudden, Stevenson shows up, and it's like, oh, this guy could be the same.
Come down to that line.
Herbert and Montgomery in Chicago.
Yeah.
Montgomery's a monster. Herbert has looked incredible for like a month straight.
Yes.
I don't know. I just think having a dominant back is fire. I'm just saying it seems like it's probably not worth the value from a team perspective.
Do you think that makes it look more like that because more teams are having the two-headed monster in the backfield? You know, evening out those touches a little bit. So then it's like you got fresher legs each time they coming in. And it's like, it's supposed to be going. It's like they fresh legs after every couple of downs. They switching it up. Yeah. This be his drive and he got the next drive type shit.
That's a good point too. It's
a good look. It makes it more dependable because you're not putting so much wear and tear on your number one back.
Damn near every good team has 2 backs that they use like consistently.
Yeah, it's almost a must-have at this point.
It really is. Yeah. But yeah, that was a killer. That was a killer. It's one of those things where I just don't know what we're gonna do the rest of the year. I think we're gonna continue to be a team that is like feisty like this. Yeah. And it's honestly it's better off. It's better off to lose, like from a draft pick standpoint.
Right.
But at some point you gotta start winning. So I don't know. Each week I'll just hope that they win and bet against them probably.
It's a tough spot to be in, but you know, y'all know y'all just. It's still one of them years where it's just like, all right, we're trying to get through it.
Right.
Trying to get through the year, see what we can get in this draft. So I guess you will want to lose.
Yeah,
and they still gonna fight
until the quarterback thing gets figured out. Nothing really matters.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you get to watch your boys this week?
Did I watch some of that game? I was in and out on it. Because I couldn't get a good stream, but I could see little bits and pieces of it. Seeing a few of them highlights. Hey, I'm glad we got the win. At the end of the day,
it's all that matters.
It was a rough looking one from what I saw, but I'm glad we got the win. Made it happen in the stretch in the fourth quarter. Fucking Zach Wilson, 355 passing yards on us. We got 3 picks.
Yeah, I was going to say, how could he have done that with only putting up the 17 points? Okay, that makes more sense. I know he had one at the end of the game.
Yeah, he was throwing us a lot of picks that game that kept us in it. So,
do you have any beef with your play calling? This is a super random question.
Beef with it because when the plays hit, they hit, but when they not, they not. So it's kind of like a hit or miss. I guess it really all depends on how Mac playing or how I guess Zappy was playing the past few weeks. I guess it just depends.
I got you.
Because when what's his name? Whatchamacallit got hurt actually, Devontae Parker. When he's been playing good, he had a few good games where he's showed up. Him and Jacoby Myers, and they look good for us. But sometimes it just don't be hitting. So I don't know if I have an issue with it yet. Like you said, it's new playbook again. New coordinators we dealing with no coordinator. They're sharing play calling and shit. So I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Okay.
I just think we're still just working out a lot of different kinks. So it's hard to pinpoint if the play calling is the issue or if it's just being more consistent as an offense altogether. So I don't know. It's cool.
That makes sense. The only reason I asked, and I said this was literally a 4-play series that I saw, but they came in on red zone at one point, and they had been running the ball all the way down the field. They get inside the 10 and threw some pass right on first down. And I was like, why would you do that when you just run the ball all the way down the field?
Right.
And then they get down, it's a third and goal on the 1. Mm-hmm. And the third down play was running a fade at Sauce Gardner. And then on the next play, they ran some little gadget trick thing and got the touchdown on 4th. Yeah. But that drive, I was like, I haven't watched enough of this game. I don't know if this is a consistent thing, but it was just weird to see them immediately go away from the run. Why would you try the one guy that's been putting up lockdown stats on a fade when you don't really have a lot of trust in Mac anyway right now?
Totally unnecessary.
I didn't really get that, but it was a quick 4 plays I saw. So, hey, but dubs are all that matter.
I take the dub. We at 500 again. We still kind of in the mix because motherfuckers been taking losses. I mean, we probably not gonna ever catch the Bills, but we could be on the Dolphins' ass a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all wild card hopes.
I ain't mad at it. We still in the mix.
Hang around and you got a chance.
Yeah, that Bears loss last week was just. We ain't talk about that because that was after.
Yeah, it was Monday night.
That Bears loss, man.
That was unbelievable. We should talk about that because that had the whole quarterback thing too.
Yeah,
get your opinion on that.
Well, it was Mac's first game back. Returning to Mac, plug. But he looked off for the first 2 drives. So Bill pulled him.
This was 12 minutes in the second quarter. Yeah, early.
Pulled him early as shit. Put Zappy back in. Zappy scores off this second play or some shit. Yeah. He scores quick.
I think both of his first 2 drives were touchdowns.
Yeah, scored back-to-back touchdowns. And it's damn, we all of a sudden got a QB controversy. From that point, then after we finished, got to the crib, watched the game, and then you seen Zappy be a rookie again.
He up in the second half.
And it reminds you of, he got those 2 wins the last 2 weeks, but our defense shut those teams out those last 2 weeks too. Yeah. It's a different situation when you letting Justin Fields go crazy on you a little bit and he's getting the ball down the field and scoring and shit. And now you got to actually have to put up points and you're not getting the ball as much or whatever, so.
What did you think of the handling of that, though? Do you think they should have even started Mac if they were thinking that tight of a leash? Would you have made the decision to switch?
They say aftermath that allegedly that Bill told Mac there was a good chance that he would pull him if he ain't like what he's seen off the first couple of drives type shit, on some shit like that. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but since he did it, I guess you got to take it for what it is because that's exactly what he did. But I think if for all that, they should have just sat him another week. If he didn't feel like he was ready to play, just sit him. I don't think you should have just started him and benched him after 2 drives. It just didn't make no sense. You still I know he's still in his second season, but he's still supposed to be our guy. You don't want to mess with his confidence and just be benching him out of nowhere. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And making him not look like the leader that's supposed to be a leader of the team or whatever. So I don't really necessarily like it, but Bill is Bill. He runs his ship how he runs his shit. So if I know Bill, whoever's got the out of hand, he's going to play. And if you're looking like you ain't giving what you're supposed to be giving, he can put the guy in that's been showing us he can put some points up for us. Right. So that's what he did, and that's exactly what he did immediately. So can't be mad at it. And then once you make the flip, you can't switch him back. You gotta let it ride out. Now you're not gonna put Mac back in once he starts playing back. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta ride it all the way out. Then so I ain't mad at it. You gotta stick with the decision he made. But Mac's back in there, got him another dub. So hopefully it just stays what it is right now.
Yeah, I was surprised by the decision just because I feel like it courts controversy.
Right.
Where as soon as it happens, even if they won that game, honestly, the controversy is even bigger if y'all won that Chicago game. Yeah. But why even mess with that? I think what you said makes more sense. If you have that much questions, just sit them one more week and get them back against the Jets. I mean,
I don't think Bill don't give a fuck about that controversy. They try to do that with the coaches coming in. Like, Bill's not caring about what the fuck nobody has to say about what he doing with the team type. So it's like he gonna do what he do anyway. He ain't making no decisions based off, the fans not gonna like that I benched Mac this week. You know what I'm saying? He ain't thinking about that shit.
Right. I wouldn't. He stayed true to form. Right. It is what it is. Yeah,
that's definitely what it is. So anyway, that loss hurt. If we would have got that one, we'd be looking good at 5-2 right now. But
it's just such a swing. That 1 week is such a big difference.
Fumbled that one heavy.
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. We lost to the Browns by 3 in the first week off a bullshit field goal last second. Giants was a 3-point loss. It was we could be 6-2 or something. Something stupid.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah, that's the league.
The Dolphins are one of my favorite teams to watch every week right now.
Now the two is back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even when he was gone, honestly, the one game, at least one game where Bridgewater filled in, I can't remember. I think the receivers kind of went off in that game too. I could be wrong. But what they got with Waddle and Hill is ridiculous.
It is.
Hill's got 4 games this year over $150. I mean, it's not even reasonable.
At all.
Every week, I'm telling you, every week they're going for 250 combined. That's not fair. And playing the Lions, of course, they're notoriously have a bad defense, but
true indeed. But damn, it's there's really nothing you can do about it at the end of the day. You just gotta hope they don't score as much.
Hope they can't get in the end zone.
Tariq got a lot of yards and he didn't score that game. But he had 12 catches, 188. So he's still having to get the ball down the field and shit.
Well, Waddle got 2 of the touchdowns. I think Gesicki caught 1. He seems to catch 1 pretty frequently. Yeah, that is the weird thing, though, is the amount of yards that Tyreek has. He only has, I think, 2 or 3 touchdowns on the year. Right. But he's leading number 2 spot by 250 yards.
If he helps you get down there, you score with somebody else.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
As long as you get the score. But it's I don't know how you would defend that. Everybody ain't got two DBs that can have to deal with a number 1. Somebody's going to be out there, getting guarded by somebody they're going to get crazy on. So I don't know. It's crazy. What can you do?
I don't know. I don't know.
A lot of firepower.
They're just a lot of fun to watch.
In our division, Diggs, Waddle, Hill. Fuck, what's the guy for the Jets? Williams, even though we beat him. They got a couple guys.
The rookie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
Greg Wilson? Greg something? Something like, I don't know.
Something like that. I got him on a fantasy team.
Everybody got one of them guys. I wish we had one of them guys. Good God.
One of these days, you got to find one. You got to find one.
One of these days. I seen who's the kid Harry played for now?
The Bears?
It was the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see he scored this week. I was like, look at this fucker over there scoring touchdowns. I was like, now you want to score.
Where were all those?
TDs. Motherfucker. But hey, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, speaking of the Bears, they look like a different team the last 2 weeks. Yeah, something changed with the offense.
Back on us.
I mean, they got smacked up. They couldn't stop the Cowboys for nothing. I didn't watch this game. 49-29 is a wild score. But putting up 29, though, for them is...
First half is pretty good for them.
Shocking. If if this is the offense though that you're gonna get from the Cowboys moving forward, this is why I've been saying like I'm afraid they'll be a legitimate Super Bowl contender with the weak NFC, and their defense put up super tight numbers the first 6 weeks when they had Cooper out there. Mm-hmm. If this is the offense, watch out.
NFC East, man. Shit is getting ridiculous right about now. I think the Giants took an L this week, but
they did.
They still looking got a good record right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the other two are the ones.
Yeah.
The other two are the ones. And the Giants are going to finish with probably a decent record. They're a team that'll be like, watch out for them next year.
Right.
But, yeah, the Eagles dominated.
This is crazy.
A.J. Brown.
Years, I think almost my whole life, I've seen, well, I guess the Eagles they got their ring.
With McNabb and T.O. and stuff.
Yeah, and they had their ring. But almost my whole life, the NFC East has been pretty much trash.
Yeah.
To finally, in my lifetime, see like at least 3 of the 4 be actually good is kind of crazy. It almost like reminds me of like, at the end of the day, no matter how you feel about anybody, the Cowboys, Skins, Eagles, or whatever, the NFL is better when the NFC East is up.
Yeah.
And though I haven't seen it in my lifetime, of course, it's been a time in the early 90s that was when I was a kid, but when they was up. But it's just like when Boston and the Lakers are playing good.
Yeah.
The teams that won the most championships in your league
because they got
the most fans.
Yeah, they got the biggest fan
so
base.
When
That's exactly
when
what it is.
Playing good, it's good for the whole league and everybody watching it at the end of the day. So it is what it is.
Yeah, even Washington is 4-4.
Yeah.
Like they don't seem like a good team by any means, but if that's your worst team,
fact that they in the mix.
Yeah, it's not a 1-7. You know, that's not who they're competing with.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the Eagles game though? That beat down the Steelers.
I did see some of that.
Look, I almost feel bad for Carl. I do. When you watch that offense, that shit it looks ancient. It looks 15 years old. They're running plays. Every single play is 3 yards from the line, and then they'll throw some bomb that's nowhere close. They making
N'Keal Harry look like a bum out that joint. I'm not N'Keal Harry. I'm still thinking about this, my man. They making Najee Harris look like a bum out that joint. Like he can't even get no yards.
The other dude
he can't get no yards.
Have you noticed the other dude gets yards though?
Who's their backup?
No clue. I think he's a rookie this year. He's been getting more and more touches. Like he's a monster.
That's crazy.
This is what I keep saying, bro. Najee makes these runs where he breaks 6 tackles and gets 3 yards.
Yeah, it goes nowhere.
I don't know. They looked terrible.
Warren? Is that what it is? Warren?
Yeah.
Jalen Warren, Oklahoma State.
What did he have yesterday? I mean, he's like a third.
He had 50 yards. They didn't really run the ball.
How many carries?
He was the leader, 6 carries, 50 yards. I mean, but I guess it's pretty good.
He got off, you know?
19, he had 1 for 19, one for 19. But damn.
But besides the Steelers' offense just looks inept, to be honest. But their defense got toasted.
Yeah.
Those 3 deep balls to A.J. Brown were like absolute gorgeous passes.
By the way, this is the third game we talking about where somebody scored at least 3 touchdowns. A single player did.
in just this week. Yeah.
It was like
the touchdowns were flowing.
4 guys on Sunday that scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Kamara, Foreman, Jones, Brown is what I meant.
It was somebody else.
There was one more. Henry had 2.
Oh, yeah, 2.
Yeah. Either way.
But yeah, motherfuckers was going nuts.
Touchdowns were flowing.
Yeah. Hit me a nice little parlay.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was about to ask. I don't know if you saw. This ended up being yesterday was my biggest day ever.
For real?
And the weekend was over $1,000.
Sheesh.
Between the 2 days.
Sheesh. Oh, that's nasty.
I hit 3 of these joints that were $50 at plus 600 odds to win $300. I hit 3 of those.
Oh, that's nice.
Bruh, yesterday was fantastic.
That's nice.
The Panthers got their hearts ripped out, and I didn't even care.
Didn't give a fuck.
Didn't care at all.
Feeling good.
It was incredible.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a good day. Good day gambling. But
yeah.
What else? What other games did we have?
What was that Thursday night game? Ravens, Bucks.
I didn't even know that the Broncos were playing in London. Even though,
I did. Wait, I had some Cortland on my fantasy, so I had to check and see if.
Did you get him in?
I didn't play him.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, good.
Because I was like, Russell coming back, oh, he's going to suck again. I just know he's going to suck again. And he did. I mean, well, actually, they won. Yeah. But he didn't get the ball to Cortland like
Judy had the touchdowns because I accidentally had him in my lineup, but it worked.
Cortland had one catch for 13 yards. Glad I benched him.
Good call. Good call on that. So I said I forgot that they played Saturday or in London.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if I could say that because all week they were talking about the Russell Wilson flight over. You heard about that, right?
High knees.
Bro, what the hell? What in the hell was that about?
I think Russell Wilson is like in his own like Truman Show or something. I think he just be like 100%. Doing shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He thinks everybody's watching.
He's one of them things like he's in his own reality TV show that ain't nobody looking at.
I heard it was an 8-hour flight, and he said something about having worked out for 4 hours on the flight.
Trying to get that hammy right.
4 hours? Nobody works out for 4 hours.
Yeah, I know somebody was like, yo, Russ, sit the fuck down.
How many people are trying to sleep and he's just up there
high knee down the aisle and shit. Yo, you don't sit down, bro, go to sleep or something.
Dog, there's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that we keep talking about him every week, but like every week he does something else that's noteworthy.
It's like he's delusional to like what he's thinking what he's doing is cool. I think he believes everything he does is cool.
He
like,
has to.
He
has to think that, right?
It's one of those things like, oh, you don't know that you corny as hell doing the shit that you do.
Dog. I don't even think we got into on the pod that Subway commercial or Quiznos, whatever company gave him the sub.
He does have one of them sub commercials.
He did the little like TikTok thing where he's asking a question and then they like leave and pause for the answers so that somebody can create a remix and respond like back and forth with him. That shit got made fun of so bad, and they pulled the sandwich like 2 weeks later.
They pulled the sandwich?
They were calling it the Danger Witch because he was like, I'm feeling dangerous.
Yo, having a commercial pull the sandwich off your ad is crazy.
They were like, they'll the whole sub out. We're done. We're off of Russ.
Yo, that's wild. Yeah, he's the only one he's the only one that don't know.
He's
the only one that don't know.
It's like cringy to watch.
He got the dub in London, so I guess can't talk about him too crazy, even though he had that great of a game. But they got
I didn't even look at stats or nothing. Those are two teams that I just pretend don't exist, and Jacksonville sucks.
Yeah.
Still. Nothing changed.
Not going to get that over.
No.
On y'all's
No, nothing changed.
Nowhere close.
Because that was one of those games that they were going to have to win.
Yeah,
when we were looking ahead at the schedule, the Broncos were one they were going to have to win.
You had to get that dub. Yeah, I don't think I've watched that one London game. Yeah, I'm not getting up there to watch the game. Nah, and I heard this time it was only on ESPN Plus.
I actually, when I did wake up and realize it was on, I was just going to throw it on and I couldn't even get to it.
Right.
I'm about tired of that Amazon Prime Thursday night shit too. I don't like using their app.
Did you watch?
I'm not interested in this.
That little baby performance. I forgot that I fell asleep.
I forgot about it too.
I fell asleep after the game.
Him and 2 Chainz, right?
Yeah. I didn't see that. I completely missed it. Right asleep. It's kind of too late. I mean, it's still a Thursday.
They're starting it on. It's at midnight.
Starting a full concert at midnight.
Yeah. Well, it says 9 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, so they're like tailoring this to the West Coast.
I got it.
Fuck y'all East Coast.
I got it. Fuck y'all. Y'all go to sleep. Yeah, I didn't get to see that, but I see they trying to, I guess, do like a trailer thing and make it like a night event.
It seems that way.
I don't know if that's the wave.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Not a fan.
At least that game, the Ravens Bucks, was a kind of a better game than what we had in the past couple of weeks, but it's still like, nah, y'all not gonna put the extra sparklers on this Thursday night game.
Yeah, like you said, it's just too late.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares.
It's not that serious.
Nobody cares at that point.
Hey, with Charlotte, baby, I'm sure they got a nice little bag for that.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him, for sure.
Do your thing.
Wasn't I over here, we were talking about Devontae Adams? Did we know what happened to him yesterday?
I don't know. I
put up like one catch for 3 yards.
And I fucking Cortland Sutton, and he gave me a dud.
3 yards.
No, -1 yard.
Oh, he didn't even get 3 yards.
That was a rushing yard. Rushing yards. 3 yards, 1 catch.
What the hell?
Couldn't believe it.
That's just unbelievable. They got shut out.
They did.
By the Saints. How does that make any sense?
I told you about that too. I had the Saints defense.
Yeah.
All season. Dropped them this week to get the Niners, and they have a fucking shutout game. I'm like, ain't this a bitch?
It's the shutout on you. That was fucked up.
But yeah, hey. Are the Raiders the biggest upset team right now?
I think the Chargers would have to be right in the mix.
Chargers or the Raiders.
But yeah, if not them, yeah.
Cause that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean they got all those pieces and stuff, and worst case scenario, you'd at least expect that their offense would be loaded.
Yeah,
and what's his name? They're even getting better production than what would have been expected out of Josh Jacobs. Mm-hmm. He's been a monster this year. It makes no sense why they're so bad.
I don't get it.
No sense at all.
I don't get it at all.
But honestly, actually, I was listening to people talking about their record and McDaniel's record, specifically as a head coach.
Oh, damn.
We can have this conversation this week while Carl's not here. I mean, all of his anger towards him having a job is still crazy.
Yeah.
But he might be right that McDaniel's is terrible.
Yeah, it's not looking good for McDaniel's out here.
So apparently they ripped off 6 wins in a row when he took over as coach for the first time. I guess it was with the Broncos.
Okay.
Whenever he was a head coach. 6 wins to start his career. After that, he's gone 6-20. And they said that during that 6-game winning streak was when they were admittedly recording the other team's practices and got in trouble for it.
Damn, you out here making the Patriots look bad out here.
That's when they won.
You can't
6
be taking the tricks of the trade to other places. Just giving away all our secrets.
Crazy, son. Those numbers are wild.
Yeah, that's terrible. Damn.
6-20 without
might
cheating.
be right on this one. He might be making a real case about
He
this
got
because
one.
It's not looking good. Damn.
I think he got one.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Well, the Niners were kind of like the Panthers. I felt like were the most exciting game of the day, but the Niners were like the star of the day.
Yeah. McCaffrey day.
Shanahan got his toy and got to fully plan how he could use his new toy this week.
I think he seen the pod last week. I think he responded to you saying you was holding y'all back. No, y'all should have put him at quarterback and receiver. Y'all should have used him more in more places.
They found out.
Should have did.
They found the trick to how to get Jimmy G's problem out of here. Let McCaffrey throw the touchdowns.
See, y'all was going through all these quarterbacks and y'all just put your best player, give him the ball every time.
Bro.
Direct snap.
Panthers are stupid, son. What a game, though. The guy throws a touchdown, catches a touchdown, runs a touchdown. I think they said it was the 3rd time it's ever been done. LaDainian Tomlinson was the last one.
LaDainian Tomlinson, that's a tough name.
Right? What a name drop.
I wouldn't think it would be him that did it.
Yeah,
he was him.
Right, of course.
I guess he was kind of like C-Mac before C-Mac.
Definitely.
He was that type of player.
I would have to imagine C-Mac was a big fan of his.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Marshall Faulk probably too.
I can see that.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that Debo was out. So that was kind of surprising.
Damn.
He didn't play.
Hear his name.
Yeah, he didn't play at all. And I knew that there was a thing between the Rams and 49ers.
Yeah.
I thought the Rams owned the 49ers. It's the other way.
Yeah, the 49ers whooping that ass. In the regular season, they lost in the NFC Championship last year. The first time the Rams beat them.
Okay. It's either 9 or 10 in a row regular season.
8. That's crazy.
In a division?
They would have been whooping y'all ass for like 4 years.
A divisional opponent?
Yeah. That's crazy. They sweeping y'all for like 4 years straight.
Especially when you're a good team.
Yeah.
It's not like they were the Jets during their down years, just getting dubbed up. But
I guess they still kind of got the one up now because they beat them to go win a Super Bowl last year. So
that's a good one to get.
Y'all got close, but we actually got there now through y'all too.
We got the important dub.
Y'all got the regular season, but we got that chip though.
Yeah.
So hey, it is what it is. But yeah, they kind of own them in the regular season. Can't deny that.
Yeah, that's trouble. They look terrible. Green Bay is done. I think we've said that already, but I just reaffirm, fully cooked. They have no chance. Yeah. Obviously, they weren't going to beat the Bills anyway, but they just look bad. They just look gross.
Yeah, after losing to the Skins last week, or Commanders, excuse me.
Same idea.
To have to deal with the Bills the next week after that, it's like... It's like kicking a man while he's down type shit. It's like, damn. Know y'all gonna get y'all ass whooped this week too. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but you still knew they was gonna take that L. Hey, what can you do?
Nothing. Nothing. They just got no shot at offense.
If I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd be pissed at Devontae. You really just gonna leave me, dog?
He was excited with Devontae's last game.
Seasons with you just gonna leave me out to dry like that?
For real.
I'd be pissed at him, bro.
You know, they probably miss each other.
Yeah.
They got to miss each other right now.
Yeah. Guess he kind of
hasn't worked out well over there.
The same way he went to Oakland and got a charge. Well, not Oakland, they in Vegas. He went to Vegas and got a charge.
I forgot about that. I hadn't even heard how that
I meant to bring
unfolded.
that up a couple weeks ago. That was like, wow. Like, damn, he really charged him.
Did you hear any update after that?
They say he going to get like some type of fine or some type of shit.
Oh, really?
Something light.
Gotcha.
He got to get off with it. He still got charged with assaulting the dude.
That's crazy. I heard about that. I hadn't heard any resolution after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. One other crazy stat I heard was Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry went for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did you know he's got 4 straight games of 200 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Texans?
I did not know that.
That's ridiculous.
But that's crazy.
Straight up owns those fools.
Yeah.
So, tuck that one away for next time they play.
32 carries.
Yeah, well,
they have over 200 yards.
Malik played. Malik started.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that he started.
Yeah, they had the game plan in mind.
Damn,
Malik,
do the ball
we ain't gonna have you throw the ball. We're gonna let Derrick Henry do his
thing. I
thing.
bet on Malik to score. I feel like he was gonna just run one in just cause.
It's a good shot.
But he did run it like 5 times. But it was a Derrick Henry day.
Well, tuck that Derrick Henry info away for when they play the Texans next time. Get your round robin started with a 200-yard performance or something.
That's crazy. You get a man ball 32 times. He should have scored about 4 times. For real.
Kind of slacking for real.
Yeah, you could have did a whole lot more with all them touches.
Did you know about Jamar Chase injury?
Yeah. I think I put it in the chat when they said that he was going to be out. It was like his hip or something.
Something like that. 4 weeks, I think I heard.
Yeah, I think like 4 to 6.
I didn't know about that injury. That was kind of shocking.
He could be on the injury reserve. They ended up not putting him on it. I'm like, I was like, damn, that's a tough spot. Especially when they looked like they were starting to turn it around a little bit.
Right.
It's like, damn, so you lose him. I mean, they still got a couple good receivers, of course. So I think they'll be all right, but that's a tough loss mid-season like that.
What do you think happens tonight? They're playing the Browns. Browns are at home. Bengals run defense, kind of average. They're middle of the pack. I was looking at this stuff earlier for bets.
Yeah.
So they've got a big advantage there, and the Browns' pass defense has been terrible. But Chase is gone.
Chase is gone.
But they got the receivers.
Go off last week. They got like 14
against the Falcons.
Like it's hard to call. I think the Browns will put up a lot of rushing yards on them for sure. I'm banking on Chubb to have a good night. But the Bengals should be able to pull it off. I don't know. Myles Garrett, I feel like Myles Garrett be having like Burrow's number whenever they play. He be on his ass.
Their line is so terrible.
Their line is ass, so he be on Burrow's ass. So it can go either way.
I think the Browns are going to get the upset tonight.
It's a division matchup, so it can go either way. When did Deshaun go back? Was it week 12?
Week 9.
Week 9.
Or wait, was 9 the original one? 12. It might have been. You might be right.
12. I think it might be 12.
Oh, that's a killer. I've had in my head that it was 9 weeks the whole time. I've got him on the bench. Right? Yeah, I'm just sitting there waiting for him to be eligible.
Week 12.
God, Darren, that's a killer.
Nice that's another 3 weeks.
Oh, I'm so glad we realized this right now. That's important for me, but
definitely.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not overly excited about this game, but I'll watch it. What are you going to do,
Yeah, I'll give it a watch. It should be a nice little division battle at the very least.
Yeah. At least get a decent game, hopefully. Well, it was another good week of football. We will have next week. We'll see. I haven't even looked ahead. Don't even know who's playing or anything, but we'll be covering it regardless.
Yes, indeed.
We got NBA in full swing now, though.
Yeah.
And last night was a big night.
Hey, it's a celebration for the West Coast.
Let the parade plans get started here. The Lakers get their first dub. The last team in the league to not have a win.
To not have a win.
They beat the Nuggets.
The worst team in the league.
I saw they hit a couple threes, I believe.
They were.
They shot something like
Russ, AD, and LeBron all had good statistical games.
Really?
Yeah.
It was the Nuggets,
Russ
right?
almost had a triple-double. I think it was like a couple of assists away or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So, Russ looked good. I think they had like a back-to-back with Denver. I feel like they played Denver the other night too.
I believe so.
And lost to them.
So was this win? This wasn't Russ's first game off the bench, was it?
It was.
Oh,
this is his first game off the bench.
I didn't even
his
know that.
His first 6-man game. Yes. So a lot of people will say, hey, this shit might be it. This might be the move. And Russ, hey, we got to give it up to Russ, yo. Russ, he responded. I think that he responded to that, them asking him about that. I'm trying to find that page of shit. He finished with 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Well, I guess you're a little bit off of that triple-double, but close enough. But you say, I'll sacrifice whatever it is that needs to be sacrificed, whatever it is that the coach needs me to do. It's his response when asked about coming off the bench.
I mean, he just continues to be professional through all this, to be honest. He deserves massive, massive props for it.
It's hard to keep hating Russ. I mean, we know he is what he is. Doesn't shoot that well, going after turnovers. But at the end of the day, he's coming to do his job. He could be bitching right now. He could be trying to sit out. He could be being extra. He could be cussing out reporters for asking him questions every night about how bad he is. He being a professional and doing what he's supposed to do.
He really is.
So you can't really be mad at him. If he was like, I feel like he would be more like asshole-ish when he was actually, averaging a triple-double and getting asked questions and something like, because you got something to stand on, like, yo, look at what I'm doing. Look at the numbers on the board.
Yeah.
And y'all talking to me crazy every night. Now that he's not playing so well, you got to, eat it, accept it, be professional. You can't really talk crazy because you ain't showing that on the court. So you got to give him a little props for that, at least.
I think so. I think so. And I don't think, we were talking real quick in the chat about it. I don't think this fixes their problem, their big problem. But it does make sense to me.
Yeah.
Just from a basketball standpoint of the criticism continues to be, besides his shooting, is that what he does best is dominate the ball and create. Mm-hmm. So for them to be their best selves, LeBron is probably the guy that you need to have the ball more often. Mm-hmm. But if you can get him playing at least a part to half of his minutes with the second team, let Russ be Russ with the second team, and then you've got
walk off the bench.
You got AD and LeBron holding it down with the star players. I think it makes more sense.
Definitely makes sense. I think he's still going to struggle, of course, but at least you can. I guess it's kind of like the Melo thing a little bit, where it's well, I don't think Russ is ever fighting having to do this or whatever, but it's still one of them things all right, we need you to play a different position than being the starting number 1 or number 2 guy on the team type shit that you've been almost your whole career.
Yeah.
So he's accepting of it, and I think they'll be all right. Shout out to the Lakers.
Yeah, I hope they continue to suck though, honestly, but good for them.
Same.
The Nets, though, the Nets have got to be the biggest Laker fans out right now.
Yeah.
Because if it were not for the Lakers shit show, the Nets would be the number 1 story in the NBA. They also have 1 win at this point. I believe they're 1-5. Is that right?
I believe so.
1-5. Yep. 1-5. They just lost last night or the night before to the Pacers. They got dubbed. The Pacers were hitting every 3 they took. So I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know how repeatable that is. They actually play again tonight, but the Nets suck right now. They do not look good.
They do suck.
Have you gotten to watch them play very much?
I think I may have seen 1 game. I forgot who they was playing. I think it was one of the first games, first 1 or 2 games or whatever. I just wanted to see how they looked. And the issues are the same 2 issues from last year. I guess you can include Ben in that now because Ben ain't been playing well. They don't have no defense.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally no defense at all. They're just playing literally through KD and Kyrie and just banking on them going for 40 every night.
Gotcha.
It's that type of, that's how they play. And it's
I thought Royce O'Neal was supposed to be a solid defender.
He had a couple games I see that he was playing all right, but I think, I don't know if Patty is playing. I don't even know if Patty is still with them.
I'm not 100% sure either.
Lil Curry, little bro.
He's missed.
He's been hurt. He's been out.
Yeah.
So, and even those guys, they ain't defensive guys.
I was gonna say
this is more guys that can shoot.
Not
they
your
have
lockdown
no defense.
guys.
They don't have Drummond no more. Blake Griffin's gone. He's with us now.
I just saw Drummond last night. I don't even remember where he's
with
playing
the
now.
Bulls now.
That's so.
I think he
so
went back
random.
to. He went to the Bulls before. He went
I
back
think
to the
he
Bulls.
has been there.
Yeah, he back with the Bulls.
So they just got no defense. What? How did they? This is the same thing with the Lakers. Like, how did they decide that we don't need to address this?
I don't know. I don't get it at all. I mean, I understand you got two of the best scorers in the league, offensive guys in the league, but you got to have some defense. You're not just going to you're not going to outscore people and get wins. That's not how this league is going to work.
There's too many good scorers nowadays.
Everybody can put up points. You got to play some D. And that's the issue. That's the biggest issue. I don't know how they're going to fix that. Maybe they thought since Ben is playing that he was stepping into that defensive role a little bit more.
Right.
And he's not really finding his own. Yeah, I mean, of course I think like Kyrie said in the interview a couple weeks ago, like he hasn't played in 2 years. Like,
right.
Give him a chance to get his feet under him.
And I did see he had a really good game defensively against the Bucks. They lost, but he made Giannis shoot really bad that game. Okay. So I think he is a guy that obviously will bring a defensive presence to an extent. But I think long term, I don't see them being the team this year. Mm-hmm. I think they got too many just internal issues.
Right.
And no matter how much everybody likes each other, at a certain point in time when you're always the criticism of the media, you're always not performing up to snow. You got the KD and Kyrie situations as they come up.
Yeah, people don't forget that they both were trying to get the fuck up out of there right before the season started.
That's not a happy place to be now.
Yeah.
I think they could be in for a really long year, to be honest. They'll still win games because they got those guys, but I don't think they're a legitimate title contender.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to call it just off seeing just how they've been playing the first couple of weeks. It's still early, of course. It's super long season left, but their team ain't gonna change unless they do something for the trade deadline or something to try to get some new players in. But this team is not gonna do it.
And they have
the guys in the East. They're not beating the Bucks. They're not beating the Heat. They're not beating us.
The Cavs.
They're not beating the Cavs. It's mad teams. They are not going to beat with that squad.
No, and I don't think
teams
they have
been together for 3, 4, 5 seasons or more. You're not beating those squads with this team. It's not happening.
And they're talented.
Yeah. It's just not happening. You're not going to do it with that team.
And I don't think they have any wiggle room to be able to make the moves that you would need to do in season to be able to correct those issues. Nah, it's already been packaged in many different deals. Yeah. Well, too bad for them. It won't get too many tears from me, but
I ain't mad. There's one more out the way.
In the East, I bet you're super excited.
We showed you what we did to y'all last year, so y'all worse this year. Great, get out of here. So it is what it is. But speaking of headlines, there ain't nobody talking about them. But your boy Kyrie back out here again, doing this thing. Which I ain't even tripping off it really. Kyrie be posting his little, conspiracies, little cryptic things. He posted apparently some video about Black Hebrews, Black Jewish people or whatever, some type of movie about it. And people are labeling it that it has some anti-Semitism in it. I haven't seen it, never heard of the movie before. And then he had, a little interview, media day about it. Got a little back and forth with the reporter.
Got pretty heated.
Got a little testy. I feel like it was weird because the internet gonna start breaking down the whole scenario, and they brought up how when he first started talking, how he was speaking about his platform, he has not an influence on people, and then when they asked him about why you promoting this, he's like, see, now y'all trying to go with this narrative I got some type of influence on people or something. It's like, You just said that you got influence on people.
Yeah.
So he was kind of going back on his words a little bit when he got a little angry.
He got really petty with that promoting word as well.
He did.
I mean, I think
how am I promoting? It's not, we know it's not your movie. It's not like you doing interviews about the shit, but you're putting it on your page for people to see.
When you share something, you're saying, I think this is share worthy.
I fuck with this. I want y'all to see this.
Right. So it is promotion in that regard.
Right.
I mean, this is one of those things that that whole back and forth in the reporter or whatever. Yeah. That to me is kind of just the classic combative Kyrie of parts of that question could have been answered without it having to be as big of a thing as he made it.
Yeah.
But this is also a factor of Kyrie of because it's Kyrie, they want to make it a big deal.
Yeah.
Because it's a popular topic in the world right now with Kanye, they're making it a big deal. Yeah. So it is one of those things that's just being blown up for no reason. I really push back on the idea that people have that you have to fully support anybody. Like, there's nobody in this world that I agree with 100% on everything. Oh yeah, everybody I know, like, there's going to be stuff that I'm like, yo, I think what they believe on this is really dope. You should check out what they have to say about race. And if you dig enough, you're going to find something else that they believe that has some problematic aspects to it.
That's true.
So, like, one of the things that he really got passionate defending, or not defending, I don't want to say passionate about defending, but like was having to defend was something that he had shared from Alex Jones before. Yeah. And like, I don't know what he shared, but Alex Jones.
Shout out that reporter. He was on his shit.
He was
like,
on
he was coming with the punch. He was ready.
Knew it. He
knew he was going to bring up the Alex Jones.
He knew what
shit.
the responses were going to be.
Yeah. So he was on his shit. So shout out to him. He was asking all the right questions.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where Kyrie shared that whatever he shared about Alex Jones and however long ago this was in regards to secret societies. Yeah. And then the reporter question is like kind of tying it back to Alex Jones' problematic views on Sandy Hook. And it's just like, yo, it has nothing to do with each other.
You can't do that.
Like, I don't care. If I share something about X topic, then the fact that they believe something crazy on Y topic doesn't have anything to do with me. Yeah. That's some bullshit.
But in like a media sense, if you share anything with Alex Jones after everybody knows that Sandy Hook shit, just got fucking sued for $1 billion almost. Right. It's one of the biggest stories that happened to somebody in media. You're going to ask that question. You're going to make that correlation just to get that soundbite or that reaction or some shit like that. So the reporter did what he was supposed to do, and he got the response he wanted, I guess. Because
I guess.
But I know what you're saying. I don't like the correlation because it wasn't a video about that.
Yeah,
it's something totally different that he was talking about. So Kyrie had the point where he was like, all right, it's funny. Cause I remember that day when he had posted, I was looking through his story. He was posting mad shit. It was mad random clips of different stuff and random shit. It was about 12 different clips. He was like, yo, it's actually hilarious that out of all the shit I posted that day, that was the one that everybody talked about. Nobody talked about nothing else that was posted. It was like, yeah, because that's the one that people want to get a little outraged about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, Kyrie, I be understanding his side on thing, but at the same time, he got to understand, like, this is just how this shit works, dog. Like, at this point, you should know the narrative with you and anything that you do or outside of basketball or whatever. So anything that you post, because Kyrie don't really post a lot, but when he does, he just start posting. He just be posting random shit. It's like, I guess he's getting like a mood one day and just start reposting stuff. Right. And then he'll go like months and you'll never see him post nothing on Instagram or whatever. So I guess since he don't be on as much, when he does, he feel like it shouldn't be as big a deal. But no, you Kyrie, like, it's even more of a big deal because you don't post that much. You know what I'm saying? He got to have an understanding of that. At this point, you should know the narrative about him. People always looking for something to poke at him or, question him about. So he got to be more aware of that and stop being all on the defense like he has no idea what just happened. Like, why y'all on my ass about this? It's like, dog, you Kyrie. You are you.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Katie said, we know who you are, dog. Like, it is what it is. People going, look and see what the hell you doing.
Right. Yeah. That interview thing that was wild. Yeah. Did you share that?
I think Word shared it.
Okay. I did end up watching that. I wasn't watching the majority of.
Yeah, it was about a good 6-minute clip shared. Or something. A good 6-minute clip.
What else? Anything else in the NBA got your attention?
In the NBA, not really, man. It's just been a couple decent games or whatever. We finally took a couple L's with Celtics. So we now at 4-2. But it's early season. It's no point like tracking.
Nah. The losses, everybody's going to lose a chunk of games. It is what it is. Cleveland getting out the 5-1 start.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if Garland has not played in all of the games or just the last one or two. I noticed that he was out. But Donovan Mitchell seems to fit. He seems to fit perfectly.
Got Dinwiddie, though. I mean, not Dinwiddie, LeVert.
Karis LeVert. Yeah.
I always get them mixed up for some reason. Didn't they both play with the Nets?
Yeah.
That's why
They
I do
did.
that, because they both played with the Nets.
They had that game earlier in the week where they both went for 41.
They did. I've seen that.
Karras and
It was
and
against
Donovan.
us.
Oh, was it?
That overtime
Yeah, because
game.
y'all went for 35 apiece.
Yeah. Well, 32 apiece, yeah.
That box score was crazy,
Yeah, it
son.
was nuts. They was battling.
Yeah, that's wild.
I wish I was watching the game. I ain't even watched on that. I was just like following it a little bit. But they was battling.
I forgot that was against y'all.
Damn, they had two people with doubles in Cleveland. Mobley and Allen both had doubles.
They got
Crazy
a squad,
stats.
son.
That was the same game parlay game right there.
Yeah, hit on everybody.
You could have ate off that one for real. But yeah, LeVert and Mitchell dropping 41 apiece. That's tough.
Yeah, that's not fair. When you're getting that out of LeVert, you're in trouble.
That's tough. They're trying to compete with our duo. Duo best duo in the league with that one.
Wait till Garland gets back.
Game.
Wait till Garland, son.
Sheesh.
Pacers are my favorite team, son. It's my favorite
Pacers
team.
still your favorite squad?
Yeah, son. I love watching these guys.
I don't think I've seen none of their games.
I just love the two youngins that I brought up last week, Halliburton and
I fuck with
Benedict.
Halliburton. I fuck with Halliburton heavy. He's nasty.
Buddy Hield is kind of nice too. They're just kind of fun to watch. They're fun to watch.
Halliburton, they got turned on, yeah.
Well,
that's your squad. Well, did your boy go off again this week? What's his name?
Benedict Mathurin. Yeah, he went for like 27 against the Nets last night, I believe, or the last game. Look at the box score against the Nets.
I was looking at the junk get shot. Oh, that's not even the right game. Stupid. Oh, the Nets.
Yeah.
He had 25 off the bench again. Yo, this motherfucker is balling, ain't he?
In that game, Halliburton, him, and Buddy Hield all went for like 5 threes.
Yo, he had 32 off the bench.
There you go, son. There you go.
6
And he had like 6 threes, yeah. They shot the shit out of the ball that night. Look at the whole team.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Boy's a stud.
Yeah.
There's no chance he should be on the bench.
I should have been on this train because this is kind of legit now.
There's no reason he should be on the bench, son.
He's still just going off.
Yeah. And they're bad enough that he's just going to be getting minutes.
Since I'm looking at the Nets right now, Patty Mills and Curry did play against them. So I guess they are back playing.
Well, then they got no excuse.
They still took it.
No excuse.
I mean, they still ain't got no defense. So
that's true. That's true. Those guys are the defenders.
But hey, long season, good games, a lot of sports. All the sports is back. It's good times right now.
Yeah, we will. We'll continue to cover these NBA as it gets a little bit more serious. Yeah. Nice little warm up games right now. Fun to keep an eye on.
Yeah, good to fill out these new squads and some new teams, new players on new squads right now.
It is. I feel like the talent just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Like coming in. Like the rookies just seem to be more immediately ready to play every single year, I swear.
Yeah. That's a lot of them.
But we got that. That's really all of our sports stuff. Did you have anything else? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah. I think I'm good on sports.
We're all good on sports. We got our reaction song for the week is coming from Westside Gunn.
Oh, yeah.
And you said it was...
Run the Jewels and Stove God Cooks.
All right, so the name of the song is Switches on Everything. We're going to pause for a second, check out this song. If you want to listen as well, do so now.
Sheesh.
Stove God.
Sheesh. Them boys was snapping on there.
They were rapping.
Them boys was snapping.
I think Killer Mike got one of the nicest flows.
Yeah.
He just sounds so smooth, son.
Killer Mike got a lot of flows in his arsenal.
He got that great rapper voice.
Yeah.
And he just floats. He can rap so well.
Yeah. Killer Mike.
They were floating. They were floating on that. That beat is weird.
Yeah. It reminded me like a Kanye beat, to be honest. It seems like one of the shits Ye would do.
Yeah.
When you got some rappers in the building, he's gonna give you a simple ass, y'all just go crazy. Yeah.
It was weird. It had like such a different tone than you would expect from a Griselda. Like it was like a happy record almost.
Yeah.
Like it was
like made you feel good, like a little more motivational.
Yeah, it was like the floating. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's got me a question though. So I didn't listen to the album. Is it a lot like that where Wes is just DJ Khaled in the joint and throw a little hook on there?
I mean, he has a lot of it's his album, so he does have his solo tracks on there. But the joints he has is a lot of posse tracks per se.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I think the last song is a whole Griselda posse track with like everybody else on the label.
Right?
Yeah. Everybody just snapping for like 10 minutes.
So that might be, that might be my favorite Westside. Is my favorite version of Westside. Yeah, I don't like him rapping.
That's his best hand. Just putting shit together, putting people on tracks and shit. Yeah, he does that shit fire.
I'm gonna have to listen to it. I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's really kind of what he is. I think he like raps. It's almost like I don't even know what to compare it to. But he doesn't necessarily want to be a rapper. He wants to be the person that orchestrates it and picks the beats out and do shit like that. Because he does clothes shit and all the other shit he does. But he's one of those minds where he's like a visionary. He loves to put shit together.
Yeah, that's always how I've heard him explain himself.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, solid album. Got A$AP Rocky on there, Doughboy on there, John Busta Rhymes on there.
Few Wu-Tang joints, right?
Yep. It's just solid, man. Solid album. Just check it out.
I'm gonna have to listen. He just
that voice.
He's one of those people, man. He like ruins a song for me real quick. But he's got a few that I love. The one that he had with Rumor. You remember that joint?
I think so, but not really.
He had a joint with Rumor, and then he's got the one on the Royce the 5'9" album.
Rumor, where the hell has he been?
Just disappeared, son.
He fucking vanished.
Disappeared.
He's like one of the hottest up-and-coming guys out here, and then just disappeared.
He might not have been a real person, son. We never even saw his face.
It might have been a plant.
Just completely disappeared.
Some shit out. Let's see if this shit work a little bit. All right, let's do it a different way this time.
Oh,
He'll come back as like a whole other person.
Probably. He may as well.
He can pull some MF Doom shit right there.
Yeah, for real. That song was called Welfare that they had together.
Welfare, all right, I think about that.
Fire. And then the one he had on Royce's project was so sick.
Right. But that was good.
I prefer him on the assist.
I did like that one.
Interesting track though. Stove God is he's got to be like one of the most unique rappers. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how you would describe his flow. I don't know anybody that raps the way that he does. Do you?
Very unorthodox. He has his own way of rapping altogether, I would say. Like, it's unique, but it's hard though. It's just hard.
Because some of his bars are so heavy.
It reminds me kind of like Currency. I know you don't really fuck with Currency like that, but where he finds a pocket on the beat that you was not even thinking about. Like, how is he rapping
I can see that.
To this like that? But it goes with the song, but it's like a flow in the beat where it's like you wouldn't think to take this beat this way, to attack the song like this.
Yeah.
That's how Stove God be going. He be going crazy with that shit.
Nah, in that regard, I can see the comparison to Currency.
Yeah.
Sometimes he just seems like he's just talking.
Yeah.
Like he'll rap a couple bars like in a real set cadence, and then the next bar is like, "So I fired up the stove," and I'm like, "Yo, where's that bar going?" But it works.
5 Pyrexes in the sauce. Just end the verse like that. Like, damn, that was hard as fuck.
Crazy, son. But I like him. I'm a Stove God fan. I like that he fits in with Griselda well.
I fuck with Stove God. They got a nice little team.
They do.
For sure.
I'm assuming that next week we're going to end up having a double back.
What you mean?
And discuss this Kodak album a bit more.
Probably.
But do you want to at all right now? I didn't
listen to the whole joint, so I don't really have too much of a take. A few songs that he put out I thought was cool. I think that 300 Blackout joint was pretty hard.
He didn't really have any features, did he?
Not really. I'm looking right now. No, it wasn't really. It's a couple artists I never even heard of before, so I'm guessing it was just maybe his artists or people that he know.
Probably.
But yeah, no big names at all. It's all Kodak pretty much. I'm sure Word loves it.
I think he does stay pretty consistent with that on albums, if I remember correctly. He does keep the features limited.
Especially nowadays, he's not getting a lot of support from many people as he was in the beginning.
Yeah.
But, he still does his thing.
I saw Wallow and Gilly at one of his shows the other night.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was on Instagram backstage, and he's like out on stage pointing back at him. So it was pretty cool.
I think I did.
It was kind of cool, to be honest with you. But I listen to Kodak for content so that we can talk about it on the pod. So since Carl wasn't here, I don't listen to Kodak for pleasure, so I haven't heard it yet.
No parts.
None.
I understand.
None at all.
But hey, Kodak fans, go check out that Cutthroat Bill.
I'm sure they're on it. What other any other new music? I got a few albums that we've already discussed that I got to listen to more, but let's stick with the new music first.
What's that? Westside. Before we talked about that Baby King Deluxe. Wasn't really a fan of it. He was kind of doing a bunch of like weird shit in the songs.
Dude is a weird guy.
That's like his thing, doing weird shit. But definitely like him better when Kendrick's featured on the track.
Yeah.
But, you know, hey, I get it. He's going to do his thing. Grammy nominated off his first single. What can you say to him?
Right. Like, can't tell me nothing.
My first single is Grammy nominated. What the fuck you want me to do? Oh, I think he won it. Did he win it?
I believe he won.
Yeah. He won a Grammy off your first single?
That song was so fire.
Yes, it was.
That was the song of the year. I agree with that.
That was one of the ones. So it's like, damn, what can you say to a guy that does that?
Right.
I mean, of course, Kendrick threw the oop or whatever, but he did his thing.
It's all downhill from here.
He did his thing. But not too much rap shit. Didn't get that Drake 21 album.
I had written that down. I was going to ask you about that. Was there any announcement on it?
Drake said that his producer or / engineer or whatever, 40, got COVID or something that week, so he couldn't finish mixing it.
Just lazy.
And I'm over here thinking like, I thought this shit was already done. If y'all announced it last week and it wasn't finished mixed yet, like why did y'all announce it for? Why wasn't already? I'm thinking if you announce it a week out, this shit is done. Y'all ready to put this shit out. To say like, oh, 40 had the COVID this week, so y'all was still mixing the album together? I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. But hey, this is the second time Drake can push the COVID to push the album back. He did that with the last one, I think, wasn't it?
So this might work with the Canadians, but we're not buying that shit here anymore. COVID
ain't nobody
is done.
Getting COVID no more, Drake.
COVID ain't real, son.
Ain't nobody getting that shit no more. They can't be using that as an excuse. And even if he does, you telling me he can't be in the studio by himself and finish mixing the album?
Come on,
he doesn't have to be around nobody to mix the album. He could be at his home.
This is ridiculous.
Mixing the album down. But hey, I think apparently 40 has some other health issues with him, so maybe it's affecting him a little differently.
Push told us.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. The multiple sclerosis,
something like that.
One of those.
40
sclerosis.
Hunched over his keyboard, or something like that.
Yeah.
Tick, tick, tick.
Push, yeah. Push was a savage for that one. He was straight for the jugular with that.
Fucked up.
Hey.
Not new music per se, but I saw LaRussell getting his rounds off, going through Breakfast Club and Sway. Mm-hmm. I also saw, I think I saw a headline, something about Dirk was offering royalties on his next song. Did you see this?
I didn't see that.
I wish I had looked into it more then, so I could actually tell you what's going on. But
trying to pull LaRussell.
It seemed like maybe he's trying to go that route a little bit. I wonder if he had the impact on him. It'd be kind of cool. But it's just dope seeing him out on the big press run, getting more publicity and more people put on to his dope ass message.
Hell yeah, man! Because he's making some super dope independent moves. He's really like carving out a way for independent artists right now with the shit he's doing.
Like some monumental shit. Yeah. Like he's like actually changing the game.
Like really like setting up tours and different shit to where somebody can literally fall in that same mode and do that shit. Yep. So that's hard. That's some hard shit he's doing.
So sick.
Gotta respect it. Shout out to boy Russell. I think he signed I think Russ signed him, didn't he?
Yeah.
He signed to Russ.
Yeah, signed to Russ.
And Russ just let him do his thing because he was already doing his thing.
Plus, we haven't talked about the fact that Russ is now moved from the third spot all the way up to the most likable Russ that we know. Westbrook and Wilson are struggling right now, so
that is a good
Russ has taken over as the number one Russ.
Damn,
it's wild.
Time to change things. He went from most hated to the last one we like.
Every time I say Russ, I think of all three of them, and I'm like, oh, what is this conversation about?
Yo, they need to get all three of them in the room.
What a
hell of a night at the bar. You see the motherfucker just stand, what the fuck, the Russes is out tonight?
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. That could be a bad meetup.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Independent Russ is going to tell Westbrook to just keep doing what he does. Yeah, don't adjust to nobody.
Just keep doing
keep pulling, son.
Drop a song a day. If you hit a bucket a day, you'll be all right. Just one layup, dog.
Pull that three once a game from the top of the key. Don't care what nobody says.
Hey, all you need is one, dog. You need one there. Forget about all the misses. What else dropped? Oh, some R&B dropped.
What you got for us?
R&B, Wave Division. You know, I fuck with Division heavy. They dropped their album.
I still haven't listened to them.
Really, really good. High level R&B shit. Not a lot of features. They got Young Blue on the track, Jagged Edge on the track.
Him.
The rest is all Division, man. Shout out to them. It's a good album. Y'all got some good R&B. What else dropped? Oh, SZA.
Oh, it was just a single, right?
Dropped a single.
Yeah, that was fire.
That shit hard.
Fire.
That shit hard. I love that shit.
That had Lakeith in the music video, right?
Yeah.
Lakeith Stanfield?
Yep, they did have Lakeith in there.
I actually saw that music video. I don't know why. That might be the only new song I heard this week.
For real?
That's a random
that shit
song.
Was solid, though.
Oh, very.
That's a good song.
Very.
Can't wait till the album drop. Well, it's been like 3 years since that debut album of hers that was like highly acclaimed.
You know,
classic already.
I never really listened to her.
Oh, you gotta check.
I didn't even listen to that album. I know it was like massive. I think I know a couple of big songs, but yeah, I fell in love with her on Instagram. I don't even know her music like that.
Hey, understandably. But that Control album.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. I like what I hear every time I listen to her, but
yeah, you already know what it is. TDE.
Right.
We know how they
know
move.
It's gonna be quality.
So in TDE fashion, she ain't dropped in like 3 years since that album's success.
Right.
But now she's dropping the leading single, so maybe the album's coming sooner than we know. I'll be anticipating it.
Hopefully so.
Definitely will be checking it out. But yeah, that's about it, man. Nothing else really.
I've been listening to that Jeezy a lot this week.
You back on it?
Yeah, that's hard.
That shit
there's quite a few songs on there that I really like.
You say you had just listened to on the ride over last week, and that was your first time hearing it. I was like, I don't think you really got the full effect of it.
Nah, well, so I was changing my mind between when I listened to it on the car ride over to Carl's from when we were listening, like while we were setting up.
Right.
I was just like, damn, when it's just kind of on in the background, I'm not paying super close attention. This sounds way different. And then this week, I just keep putting it on, and it's just fire.
Yeah.
Everything is. There's always like one or two songs. I skip that 42 Doug every time, but that album is hard. And what was the other one? Just continuing to listen to the Freddie Gibbs. That album is just fire.
That was good.
So I really don't have anything new to say about neither one of them, but after spending more time, those two are ones that I think will end up on the end of year list for me.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same.
Yeah.
Both of them really solid albums. Love to see it.
Yeah. Very pleased.
Two guys pieced it up, and now they have successful, great albums that are out right now.
Didn't even think about that.
Totally
forgot about that.
It's craziness. Man, shout out to them.
Think of what they could have been doing, man.
Hey, maybe we'll get a collab in the near future. You never know.
That would be dope.
Never know.
What else did you have? Didn't you have a couple other music topics? Not music or not new music wise, but
I remember I think we had this argument on the pod a while ago about how I was saying rap is the saying that rap is the biggest genre is the rappers are the biggest.
Oh yeah.
Which in style and stuff you hear it a lot more in a lot more areas, so you can say it in that way. But Taylor Swift dropped her first album after going through all those, remaking her albums and losing the masters and shit. Huh?
Is it?
Yes,
this is the first one? I didn't realize that.
Drop album, and she's doing 1.4 million records sold in a week's time.
1.4.
That's nuts.
Just ridiculous.
That's fucking different, yo.
That's probably 7 to 8 times what we're seeing on the big
we over here looking
hip-hop.
at the top rappers' numbers all day. Numbers is just down this year. It's crazy.
Right.
Tell us what comes out of nowhere and this 1.4 million like it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
What?
Just insane.
That's crazy.
And you see
that's a different level of fan base.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing not that there aren't these out there for hip hop or whatever, but I'm seeing mad podcasts doing full specials on the album.
Right.
A full album review specials. They're putting out
that many
graphics with these are the favorite, this is their Jay, Kendrick, everything all mixed together. It's on a whole different level.
It's really like that, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm not in this algorithm, so I haven't seen nothing about it besides
I see some of it.
posting. 1.4 million. That's the only person I'm seeing posting about
right.
it. That's the only thing I've seen about it. But I'm looking at those numbers. I'm like, I'm thinking like people should be talking about this a little bit more. This is insane. Like in the streaming era, to go platinum in a week or over platinum and a half in a week, is nuts.
Yeah,
that's nuts. You just don't see that shit. I don't even know how to explain it. Like I said, it's not in my world at all. So I don't get like I knew she was a superstar and all this shit, but the fact that you can do that in this time after not dropping for a few years, it's wild.
It's so
wild. It doesn't even make sense.
Nah, like, cause especially when all the stuff that you were saying about hip hop is true.
Yeah,
like rappers taking over to where the general pop artist is looking to incorporate some sort of hip hop into their music. Yeah. She's like kind of one of the few anomalies that is in a genre where she's not incorporating that at all. Right. And it's just so outside of our realm.
We even got we know about Ed Sheeran because he fucks with rap a little bit, but we know he's a superstar too. So it's like, but even him, he's going to do an album with a bunch of rappers and do singles with rappers and shit. Taylor Swift ain't doing nothing with rappers at all.
Nah,
not even a little bit.
I'm telling you, she's the only one I can think of
that is crazy.
Can you think of any other artist that's on the mega status that isn't incorporated to hip hop somehow?
I can't. Maybe. Well, I would say Katy Perry, but she had this song with the Migos a few years ago.
She's got Snoop. She's got a massive hit with Snoop.
Yeah. So it's
like Taylor Swift is like one of the only ones that doesn't have that crossover, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Unless there's one out there that I'm just not aware of, but it is the algorithm thing you say is really funny though.
Why is that?
Just because it's just wild how something can be that big.
Yeah,
and not be a part of your world.
Nothing on my timeline is.
And the same thing, like when you talk to just other older people.
Yeah,
where like some of the people that we know, Schultz and stuff.
Yeah,
comedian / YouTube guy. Any of the people that are famous that aren't from movies or TV kind of thing. Like people just don't even. They're no idea about.
What the hell is that?
It's really wild to see like how separate we are.
The internet is a wild place.
It is. Everything is
you
there.
Got access to everything, but it's like you don't necessarily see everything.
Also, access to nothing sometimes.
Yeah, because you might not see none of it.
Yeah.
By a whole 80% of things you have no knowledge of or never see on a daily at all. And it's like, shit. That's why, that Taylor Swift shit is crazy to me. I had to.
That is nuts.
Break that.
I'm glad you saw it, though. That's interesting.
5 million in a week. Like she might be number one for the rest of the year.
Right.
Like if you starting off like that.
Yeah, I'm sure she's got the entire chart, is all her music.
Yeah, you gotta have that on lock. That's crazy. Craziness. What can we do? Oh, are we oh shit.
What?
The Ye aftermath.
Okay. You got a clip it looks like?
Yeah. I just gotta play this one thing because it's hilarious.
I just thought about something too. Fuck y'all. Yeah, he wrong for saying that about Georgie, but let's let him make it and keep the focus on the message. At the expense of demeaning my family and my people, nah. And then again, y'all wrong for even saying that shit. It's the messenger. He ain't the messenger. He ain't the one to give the message. You can't lose your girl. And all of a sudden become woke because you tender dicking, because you mad because somebody took your girl. Now all of a sudden you become woke. It don't work like that. And you ain't the messenger, bruh. It's people out there that spent their whole life on the betterment of black people. Speaking on the betterment of black people. If the minister talking, we listen. Because he know he been spending his life for the betterment of black people. Ain't nobody been listening to you. Man, because your girl wanted to leave your ass because you bipolar. And now you want to be woke because you tender dicking? Man, fuck out of here.
Yo, Stack. Actually, I don't know. I got a real kick out of that Stack 5 clip. Let's take Steven Jackson getting the extra response off on Ye for, in the aftermath. Ye has been on his apology tour. I guess you can call some of them apologies. Some of them aren't really apologetic. But demeanor's different. Not as, I can't think of the word I'm trying to say right now, but not as crazy as he was,
right?
For lack of better words, in past interviews, Drink Champs and all that. Not as aggressive. Very passive, very apologetic. And of course, we've been having this debates with Word in the chat, and had some debates with my boy James about it, because, they really high end on this, this shit that Kanye was saying or whatever, which I get. A lot of things he was saying, I get why you were feeling that. But in the aftermath, lost a bunch of deals. We've been seeing it back to back. Everybody in the world has cut ties with Kanye at this point. We understand this is the response that happens for what you did and what you said. But I was watching the Brilliant Idiots the other day. And, of course, Charlamagne and Shorts was going to talk about Ye or whatever. And it made some good points that kind of sums up how I've been feeling about this Ye shit. And it's like, simply put, I think Schultz said it. I think both of them were kind of saying it, but he's like, he's pulling the Trump. Not saying that he is like Trump or that we know he was rocking with Trump or whatever, but he's pulling a Trump where he's using something that taps into people that believe in certain things or that are deep diving into this conspiracy web that usually don't get the light shed on what they talk about and what they know. And when you can tap into that type of people, that's what they were saying, like Trump did with, middle of America people, the people that don't get a voice spoken for them, but it's that and the third. That they say that's what Kanye is doing. He's using that to make certain people believe in him and thinking like what he's doing is, oh, I'm trying to do this to better black people and da-da-da-da-da. But we just got to go all the way back to where this shit stemmed from. And if you listen to Ye Young enough, he tells you why he's reacting, how he's reacting. It comes back to his split with his wife. His split, he couldn't see the kids, and he was mad because nobody's speaking up for him. So now he goes in and does all these sayings and all these attacking different peoples and different cultures and religions or whatever. And just to get a rise and then throwing some little black history into it and, oh, we can do this and look what they're trying to do. Look what the Jewish is doing with the media. It's like, no, y'all, he's manipulating y'all because he upset that y'all was calling him crazy when he was wilding on the internet about them taking my kids, they kidnapped my kids and my family. Y'all ain't say nothing. He told y'all what it was. So why y'all thinking now, oh, now he's trying to do something to the betterment of black people and he's trying to carve out words that he's doing legendary shit right now. What's legendary? What's legendary about showing you how fast I can get these billions of dollars and look how quickly I can lose it all in a matter of a week? What's legendary about that? It's idiotic to me, and I don't understand why people keep trying to like, oh, you don't really know Kanye's plan. You don't know what she's up to. He did this on purpose. He was just trying to get out the deal. No, he wasn't trying to lose them billions of dollars. As many times in every interview, he's telling you, I'm richer than you. You shouldn't be talking to me. You can't tell me nothing because you don't make more money than me. Right. But now that they gone, I'm not the money. I'm the people.
Right.
Like, you can't keep flip-flopping like that and saying different sides and acting like you this or you that whenever it goes good for whatever you're doing in the moment. And that's what Kanye just continues to do. So it's like, all right, bro, yeah, just call it what it is. And stop thinking he's on this cryptic conspiracy, or they're trying to hold him back and not let him get what he wants. It's not that. He's holding himself back. Kanye is just Kanye. And he's going to continue to do this because people are continue going to respond. He'll continue to get him to do interviews. He's going to find somebody else to do an interview. He's never going to run out of people to do an interview with him. Somebody's always going to want to talk to him. So he's going to continue to play into that and do what he does. But nobody can tell me what his specific plan is at all.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'll be trying. Like, yo, tell me what it is. What's the plan? Oh, you see, he's just trying to point out this. No, what do you mean? There is no plan. He's just saying shit. He's saying shit that he heard or that he knows can get a rise out of people. And as long as y'all keep getting a rise out of it, he's going to continue to do it.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is to me. So,
I mean, my personal opinion, I think a lot of what you were just saying, I think is probably similar to what I believe. But this all of a sudden became a thing as he started to have more and more problems with corporations. He's continued to try to climb this ladder of telling us how important he is, how wealthy he is. Mm-hmm. And once he ran into a bigger bully, if you will, mm-hmm. with these corporations where they're not going to just do what he says, I think it's very convenient that he has now become aware of this secret society theory that mm-hmm. That they're in control. So I think it's self-serving in that once they wouldn't do what he wanted, this is his method of attack.
Yeah.
I don't have any interest in getting into like the actual theory and stuff that he's peddling. But the one thing that I think is really clearly like wrong, in my opinion, and I don't understand why this is really a debate, is what we've always said that like when Kanye gets passionate about something, he usually says something incorrectly in what he's trying to get across because he gets too emotional and shit.
Yeah.
He tweeted, "I'm about to go DEFCON 3 on the Jewish people."
Right.
Like to say that the backlash is because he's putting forth in our eyes what this secret society is doing and they're trying to shut him down, I think is silly because he said DEFCON 3 to Jewish people.
Yeah.
Like that's as clearly a racist tweet as you could find.
Right.
Presenting harm towards another person because of their race or whatever you consider Jewish to be. I get confused with that. I'm not very good with Jewish stuff, to be honest.
Right. Race,
but then,
religion, I guess kind of one and the same.
He said that and then was given the opportunity to kind of back off of it, and he tripled down every time it came up. And that's why every company then joined the list of saying, we've cut our partnership, we've cut this partnership. And regardless,
shit out the Goodwill. I was like, damn, the Goodwill came.
Regardless of what your thoughts are
for free.
on the secret society stuff, like it's just not okay to generalize Jewish people as a whole are evil.
Right.
And I'm just going to leave it at that. This is a topic that has been heated in the chat. I don't have any interest in debating the actual theory stuff because I'm not trying to be taught.
Right.
This is, I'm just going to stop. That's all I wanted to say about this Kanye topic. At this point, I don't think he offers anything of value. Everything that he is a part of right now from an interview standpoint is self-serving. It's usually unintelligible what he's even saying because he can't gather his thoughts even to get one thought out. It's 17 strung together. It doesn't make any sense.
Fire, though.
Crazy.
Little 6-second reels, them sound bites be fire.
Crazy sound bites. Did you get to watch Flagrant from Thursday when they talked about this? It was like the second episode they did on it.
I'm pretty sure I did.
The first one, they made a lot of jokes and stuff and were just being funny. The second one was after he had to sit down with Lex Friedman on his podcast.
I did see that one,
I thought Flagrant did a really good job of covering that whole conversation. And it almost made me interested in hearing him talk to this other dude. Because I've heard him before. He's a genius.
They say that's the dude that be with Rogan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a genius, like mathematician type dude.
Okay.
But I just don't think I can sit through Kanye, so I'm not going to watch it. But they did a good job of covering it. If you're interested in this topic and actually like have any interest in hearing it from, like, I thought they did a good job of educating kind of like where Lex was trying to correct him in regards to the what can be offensive to Jewish people.
Right.
So, like I said, I don't know if I even know one single person personally that's Jewish.
Right.
So I'm really ignorant to this stuff. I've liked what Flagrant has done because I've been able to kind of gather why is this stuff even a problem, quote unquote.
It's kind of a bag breaking down different cultures because they got so many in the room.
Yeah,
so
bro, they're so good at it.
Down. Yeah.
And they do it fun. Like it's not just gonna be like let me teach you. Yeah. It's like let's just crack on Dove while he teaches us about Jewish shit.
Yeah, you get some actual now you get a little more understanding about a Jewish person and why they react to this stuff the way that they do. Because I think that's a lot. I think that a lot of people just don't really understand is why the reaction to this type of talk of Jewish people is like that. Because naturally, if you grew up knowing hip hop lines talk about Jewish like, oh, they got all the money, they run all the banks, you got all the bags. You know what I'm saying? Like we rappers or in the hip hop where they talk about Jewish people like they the ones that's up, they the ones that got it, that's doing all the moves. But Jewish people take that as like, nah, don't say that. We all ain't got it. We all ain't on that level. We all not running everything. I mean, they all running a lot of shit. But it's still like, that was the rhetoric why the Holocaust shit happened. that rhetoric from Hitler was saying like they run everything, we got to get rid of them, this, that, and the third. So that trigger, just like with black people, with any type of slavery hand or Jim Crow thing you will bring up, it's a triggering thing to like, oh no, we're not going back down that road. So that's the response you're gonna get anytime you say you're gonna go DEFCON 3 on the Jews. Oh, we getting you the fuck up out of here, bro. Like, no, we're not doing that. That's just like if fucking Rogan went on his podcast and say, oh, we about to start hanging everybody by their necks or some shit like that. Like, nah, what are you doing? You just can't say certain shit like that. And that's what it all comes down to. I don't think a lot of black people specifically don't understand that, because they think it's like, it's a good thing. Like, we bigger y'all up. Y'all supposed to be the ones.
I think that's a really dope just perspective from you.
Yeah, generally, because it's like generally most people grow up never knowing a Jewish person.
Right.
Like we down in Virginia, we don't see Jewish people around.
It's a northern thing. Yeah. And yeah, it is. I think that's a really good perspective though that you just gave. I think that's a good. I just found out last week why it was considered to be a bad thing, and everything you just said, and just the idea of it's not like just a shout out. Oh, we're in high positions. It's like. It gets really hazy around like them being in control.
You make it like it's all of them.
Yeah.
Like it's all a shared thing just because you're Jewish.
Right,
right.
Yeah. Well, and that you're like negatively controlling things.
Yeah.
Like we're keeping you down so that we can be up. But anyway, it could get a little into the weeds on what you believe with all that stuff. But I think this was a relatively solid Kanye conversation with what he's given us.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. A lot to learn from, lots to break down, but some things just are what they are.
This is true.
It's not some crazy plan all systematically created. No, it's just a man just flipping shit. Everywhere you go, you just got some more shit that he want to say.
He's an agent of chaos.
Yeah, man.
That is for sure.
So, it is what it is.
Did you have any other topics? I don't know I can't remember. It was a really weak week, if you will.
Really weak week. It's a nice way to put it. Some podcast issues.
What's up?
Another podcast breakup. I don't know if you know about Math Hoffa.
Oh, I do.
And his podcast with his guys in the barbershop or whatever they shoot at.
I watch a shocking amount of Matt Hoffa podcasts.
Yeah, I do too.
I really do. They got great
a lot of good interviews. Yeah.
And I've also gone down a major battle rap rabbit hole the last 3 days.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was just watching mad rap battle stuff. But
yeah, they kind of like...
Yeah, what's up?
They're the like new on fire kind of podcast.
They really are.
Right there. They're getting a lot of good interviews. A lot of stories, deep hip hop stories, people coming on there, from legends coming on there talking. But apparently, two of the guys, I don't want to mess up their names.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see them. I don't think I would recognize them.
I can't even pinpoint the other guys. I just know Math Hoffa.
Same.
But two of the guys from the pod have left, and I think they were two of the older guys that I guess have been somebody like doing hip hop shit for a long time or whatever. Some type of beef. Apparently, they alleged there was like a new deal. They got a new deal with Revolt, and they're claiming that Math Hoffa got the bag and then break them off type shit. Same old thing what we got.
This is one of them on the right?
Yes, both of them.
Okay.
Both of them two dudes right there.
I don't recognize the one on the left. The one on the right has been in all the ones that I've seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of them, and they're claiming that they got some new deal happened with Revolt, and Math Hoffa ain't pay them. So they left, and now they're doing a podcast with DJ Clue or something right now. It's kind of weird. I didn't even know DJ Clue had a podcast, but they bounced back real quick. It's almost like they had it like already set up. We just gonna go over here. So they left, and now I think. Of course, Joe being spicy, anytime some podcast be for people he gonna call him up on the pod.
Of course.
So he called Math Hoffa up, and Math Hoffa claims people talking about, because it was like a number put out there too, like 1.3 million or some type of deal like that with Revolt or something. And he's like, people keep throwing out this 1.3 million. He's like, I checked my bank account and I don't see it, Joe. He claimed, I don't see it. And Joe was like, all right, it might have been 1.3, but where that 750 at? You got 750 in there. So he kept cracking jokes on him, and he was just claiming he felt like they switched up on him or something. And they feel like it's kind of the same thing with Joe and Rory and Mal. They felt like they was doing them dirty. New deal came in. They felt like they were supposed to be getting some type of money. So then they split. So just some bullshit. But I guess it's like, it's bad to see when you see they was actually getting steam.
Yeah,
Or
so
to see a split. But at the same time, I don't think those guys was like, because they be having like mad people in there. There'd be like about 5 or 6, 7
Always.
people in there sitting.
and they only need math.
You only need math.
Bro,
You only
Math is a fucking character.
Yeah, he is.
He's great at what he does.
I do like the other dude that sits beside him with the dreads and the
The
glasses.
older looking dude.
Yeah. He be trying to drop some knowledge in there a little bit. He chimes in. I like him.
He
But
reminds
you really only need math.
He reminds me of the dude over 8 Mile that's always kicking game, and they telling him to shut up though. Tell me he doesn't.
Oh fuck, what's his name? Yeah, he does probably him though. He always
They'll
comes in
be
with
like,
the knowledge.
they'll be really like heated in a discussion, and he's
kinda
like,
look
"I'm trying
like
to
him,
tell
too.
y'all though, if you got 2 parents both in the same home," and he's like, "Man, shut up, yo."
That's literally what he be doing in the pod. So it should be funny. And then start cracking on him.
But Matt is hilarious.
Yeah,
He could do
I like
that
that.
show by himself, so
like
it
that.
does make sense to me, to be honest, that maybe he decides I'm about to blow.
Yeah.
Maybe we should trim some fat, and
Yeah.
it sucks for them because they're not in the Rory and Maul situation where they've had that time to where they've got the fan base that's like, nah, those are the guys too.
Yeah.
They're just gonna get kicked to the
I
curb
would
and
highly
forgot
doubt
about.
They took any fans from that show.
None, son. They're
I would highly
gonna
doubt.
they're gonna be forgot about. Poor guys.
I mean, maybe that's why they wouldn't join DJ Clue's pod or whatever. I didn't even know he had a podcast until I heard about this situation.
Me neither.
So maybe it's something brand new, but hey, seems like it's what happens, man.
Yeah.
Seeing all this, I just got maybe we need a breakdown and just have a little breakdown of everything.
Already
when the
understood.
money comes, it seems like once the money come, the bag come, the pod split up.
Right.
And I don't want that to happen.
I agree.
That's what it's saying. Whenever the money comes, stuff starts to get fishy out here. It's like, damn.
It is sad, man. It is sad to see,
to
but
see it.
I really do like that pod. It's mostly from clips. Like, I don't know if I've ever sat down and watched a whole one, but they do a good job of putting, a 15, 20-minute clip out.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, really good stuff. I like
You
it.
got legends like Method Man and just all different type of hip hop legends coming through and just giving you stories you never heard before. You gonna want to listen to that shit.
For sure. Yeah, they get a wide variety, too.
Yeah.
Getting, like, the old hip-hop heads, the deep Slaughterhouse type of underground artists. I saw they had Derrick Rose on there randomly not too long ago.
Check that out. He was on there giving it up.
He was
too.
talking about Calipari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to check that out because you don't really hear Derrick Rose talk at all.
Never,
so
son.
hear him over there just telling stories about his life and shit. Yeah, I want to check that out.
Same.
Check that out.
Well, so when we went out this past Friday, we were with a couple of friends, and they're familiar with the podcast and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot to say about the clips you've been putting out, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and Carl made sure to let them know. That's Moss, son. That's Moss. Yeah.
Things together.
I want to shout you out on the pod for real. Because I think we've made a lot of different tweaks and stuff, and we've done different things, upgraded equipment throughout the 2 years or whatever we've been doing it. We've made a lot of little adjustments trying to up the quality. Mm-hmm. And I think like the single greatest change that we've made to increase our quality as a podcast as a whole is these clips we've been putting together, man. It's for real. When you were telling us early on about the views you were getting, I don't know. I don't want to say I didn't think anything of it. It was dope that we were getting views, but I didn't really know what to think of it because it was that was the first time we were starting to get a lot of clicks on them. Mm-hmm. And then as you started getting better with these and we're like using the current topic clip and then putting ours in afterwards, bro, I've just seen it go through the roof.
First time I did it, I was like, oh, I found something.
Yeah, you did.
I got a way to get them in, and then they got to watch the rest of the clip. Once you get in for that first 5 seconds, you got to watch it to the end now. Right.
You want to hear at least what do they have to say about it, even if we don't know these people.
And then it's like, hey, get them plays up, and that should have been working.
Yeah, for sure. I love them, man. I love them. You're killing it with that. But just wanted to shout that out. You got anything else, man?
Shit's on the rise right now. How we looking, man? We low on time?
Yeah, we got time if you have anything. We got 10 more minutes left or so before the samples. If you don't, we can wrap. It's up to you.
So I have something fun. 20-year anniversary of Paid in Full. I think this happened last week. Makes me feel fucking old.
I'm gonna have to watch that tonight. That's a classic. An
movie.
absolute classic. A lot of good quotables in there.
Definitely. Gotta love that one. Paid in full.
10 years.
Brady
10
got
years, bro. I'm talking
Brady's
about 10 days.
divorce is final. Is he about to start balling out there? Is that the turn that he needed?
Did that happen after Thursday? Because the answer would be no if that's the case.
When was it?
He played on Thursday last week.
3 days ago, so it was after the game. He posted this.
He got lucky.
Well, maybe it got finalized that
yeah,
game.
Maybe that's why he sucked. So this week we'll find out.
Back is coming for Brady. He got that off his back.
I don't think so. I think he sucks still.
Probably so.
I think I told you the other day. I think she divorced him because he sucked. She was like, "Yo, I mean, that's my husband. That's the GOAT." And then she's like, "Hey, yo, these games lately ain't cutting it."
We gotta figure something else out.
Yeah, I'm not dating a ninth best quarterback in the league. Married.
That's crazy. What can you do? I did see some funny, some good ass Halloween costumes. That's one thing I do enjoy. Even though I'm not like dressing up and then it's good to see, people's costumes they come out with.
I appreciate a good one. When you see somebody really put some effort in.
That boy Diddy and his Joker costume.
I saw this, yeah.
He might need to play Joker.
He killed it.
He might need to play a Joker for real because he kind of bodied that shit. Like he was Joker the whole night.
Oh yeah.
Like he was like acting like him the whole ways, and at least in the clips that you see on the internet.
Yeah.
But he was doing the laugh, doing the gestures, and all that shit. I was like, he was really in character. He was playing selling that shit.
Yeah.
He got bodied there. I ain't gonna even lie. Nah. I feel like Joker is like one of those go-to costumes.
It's a great one.
But he like embodied like being the character and everything and not just the costume. I thought it was fire.
That is pretty dope. That's a great costume though.
Yeah.
It's not played out. I don't care. That's a great costume.
Not that it's played out, but it's like one of those easy.
It's popular. Super
very,
popular.
Very popular one to go to.
Yeah.
So hey,
there's got to be a lot of Dahmers out there this year.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I haven't seen a lot of them. I've seen like a couple people dress their kids up as Dahmer.
That's wild.
I thought that was kind of wild,
but
I thought I would see a whole lot more considering that shit just happened.
Right. Well, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you'll see them.
Maybe so. For real, I didn't even know like Halloween was like a 5-day event now because it seemed like it's been going on since like last Thursday.
Very confusing. It's very confusing, bro.
Like every day since Thursday has been like a Halloween celebration. It's like, damn, y'all really stretching this shit out.
I've seen that too. Not a fan.
Stretching it out. I mean, I guess the weekend Halloween landed on a Monday, so
it does suck to be on a Monday.
On the weekend, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But hey, do what y'all do, man. Y'all like having a little fun out there.
I feel that.
Yeah, I don't know if I got too much else. Nothing. I was trying to find something funny that I saved. Oh, the baby. I guess that ain't nothing really to talk about. He did some interviews this week addressing the M.A.C. shit, which he really didn't really like respond on. He kind of like just stood on what
he didn't say shit. The one clip I saw, he said nothing.
Yeah, he didn't really say too much. Went on Hot 97, went in and talked with A.C.
I didn't watch the A.C. one at all. I think I saw the one with Ebro.
Yeah, I just seen like a couple clips from the A.C. joint. And A.C. was just kind of like digging in and trying to press the issue.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, so what? So did you make like the day before Toy shot her? Like, it's one of them just like, A.C. is, he gonna go straight to it. Like, it's like, yo, why you ask? Well, what are you gonna do? Well, how are you gonna respond to that? You asking him that question. Was it like the day before? Was it really like the same week? I'm just trying to figure this out, bro, because that's crazy. You kind of like savage. How I do.
That's a wild boy.
Funny dude, man. But hey, that is what it is. I don't think I got too much else.
All right.
We can go ahead and wrap him up.
We can wrap it up. Hey, if you're on the YouTube, we appreciate you watching. We'll be back next week with another episode. Carl should be back.
Yes,
if you're on the audio, we got some samples coming for you, so stay tuned.
Yeah.